Salute Nation. I am back. Let's get it, y'all.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown! From behind! Ball's out! Big man running! Raiders!
Yo, what is the deal, Nation? I am back. Welcome to another installment of Raiders Unfiltered. I'm your host. I'm Jay Raider. Appreciate everyone pulling up on this Thursday afternoon. I forgot what day it was. Damn. Hey, shout out to everybody who's already here. Thank you guys. Uh, really quick, I know I've been off for a few days. Need to take some time off. Reset. There wasn't too much going on, so we had the presser today. Wanted to take the time and jump on and chop it up and talk some Raiders football, of course. But really quick, let me go ahead and acknowledge my people already here. Shout out to my guy, Robert Pena. Salute, salute. My guy, Sacktown Raider Mike. What it do, my guy? I think appreciate you pulling up. Rosetown, what is the deal, my guy? Salute to you. Yoshi, what is good? Thanks for pulling up, my guy. Salute, salute. And everybody else making the way in. Appreciate you guys pulling up. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off here. We had the presser today for Chip, AJ Cole, Geno Smith, and Jacoby Myers. Very, 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 I say positive message and vibe that's been given out. Looks like the culture is really, kind of taking hold and really taking shape out in Vegas. And I think that's one of the things that Spy Tech and Carol were really, really making an emphasis on, trying to get the right people, the right vibe out there, and everything's starting to looks like everything's starting to kind of gel together. I was tapping into the presser, taking care of the kids, and I chimed in as much as I could, but I got the message to me that pretty much, we're firing all cylinders. We're starting to go ahead and kind of get that cohesiveness going, and I think that's all you can go ahead and ask for. But obviously, a couple of things that stood out. Obviously, I think I don't know how many times, but Genti was brought up consistently in this presser. Obviously, there, being that number 6 pick, where everybody's trying to find out what kind of what's the deal, what's the cohesiveness as far as is he syncing up with the offense, how is he doing with Gino and all that. So his name was brought up a lot, but one thing that was asked was his about the stance, and we talked about it on Good Morning Raiders on Saturday with Rundown and my guy LV Raider. And obviously we chimed in, we put in our 2 cents as far as the stance. Obviously they're trying to change the stance to get ready for that pass protection that they're trying to go ahead and really implement with him, something that normally he really didn't do too much at Boise, but now that he's here in Vegas and in in the NFL, that's something that he's really going to go ahead and have to really take shape and move forward, especially if he's trying to be considered as a 3 down back, right? So Chip did address the media about that, and I do have that little excerpt. So let me go ahead and put that out there really quick. Hang on, got to put my headphones on. All right, there we go.
Let's get that clarified. Dylan McCullough, our running back coach, is in charge of stances, steps, alignments, assignments, and techniques. So he talked to him about that. I gave him an analogy of an athlete being in a bent knee position to make a play, and that kind of got blown into. I haven't told anybody on this team to be in any stances because I don't coach a position. So, but it's a bent knee game. You know, baseball is, if you look at before the ball snapped in baseball or the pitch is thrown in baseball, everybody's got their knees bent. In any athletic sport you're playing, you got to bend your knees. And if you got to run a flat route on Fred Warner, you better be in a position to run because that dude can fly. You know, so all we're trying to do is put guys in positions to make plays, and he's adapted really well from going from here to here. So it literally is about 3 inches. So I really don't think that is that big a deal. So, but he's awesome, and he's such a coachable guy that you can do a lot of things with him. You know, I think he can play in the slot. You know, he can play in the backfield. He can do a lot of different things. So that's he's special.
All right, y'all. So that was Chip addressing the media over Gentie's stance. Obviously, this was something that was suggested not by him directly, but the running back coach, especially if you're trying to go ahead and implement pass protection. And he just mentioned to kind of, be a little more in the bent position than the traditional kind of 3-point stance. But, he's kind of setting the record straight with that. I mean, what do y'all think? Let me know in the chat. I mean, we talked about it on Saturday. I mean, my philosophy was, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And obviously this is something that's being kind of modified to gear towards that kind of pass protection. So, yeah, I mean, Chip's kind of setting the record straight there, and literally he's saying it's just literally 3 inches. He has to be more bent, which is not a lot. And I agree. If it's something where it's only going to help the player, and especially in a thing where he's going to be blocking, all the better. We talked about him really using his leverage and really using his size to be able to undercut dudes when the block comes. So getting in a bent position and then standing straight up is definitely going to go ahead and help that out. And one of the things that they pointed out was that Genty is a quick learner. That he has that positive attitude, and he's willing to go ahead and adapt and learn things. And I think that's the best thing you can go ahead and ask for in a rookie. So but Chip Kelly saying the record straight it wasn't him directly, it was the running back coach, and obviously he's the coordinator and seeing all the positions, but it literally boils down to the positional coaches that really make certain changes and certain suggestions and work with these guys, through OTAs, through mini camp, through training camp, to make sure they're ready to go. And if they're doing something wrong, then they're there to go ahead and correct that, obviously. But yeah, Chip Kelly addressing that Genty stance right there. But appreciate my guys pulling up here. Let me real quick. Let me go ahead and go to the chat. Shout out to my guy Rosetown. I like how these players are excited, having fun with this new regime, something that were lacking in previous years. Yes, and also what we're hearing is that it's fun, but they're also handling business, which is something that you would want. I think we heard last year it was a lot like a party, right? You're at the club or whatever. These guys are dancing and all that. They still have music going because we played clips from OTAs and rookie camp, and you hear the music playing in the background, and it's great because it's just like you're going at the gym. You have music playing in the background, but you're still doing your work. You're still getting your workout in, and it's the same thing here. These guys are still they're focused. They're on point at the task at hand for sure. So, yeah, definitely the vibe is starting to go ahead and mesh with these guys. And like I was saying in the Raider chat earlier, you're gonna see a different type of offense this year, right? Um, we got more, right? Jacoby had some time in the podium. Gino had some time in the podium. We're gonna go ahead and talk about that. Same thing. Um, Gino's time when he was up there, talked about having already weapons there. Have just already having these weapons available and just letting basically putting almost if the division, if not the league, on notice, saying like, hey, all right, cool, you can go ahead and try to man us up. We're gonna go ahead and beat you downfield. So I mean, you think about it, we got Browers, we got Jacoby, now we got Jack Bash, we got Dante Thornton, we got Trey Tucker, so Michael Mayer is there, and he can become a threat. Got Genty that can go ahead and go out and run a route as well, right? On a swing route, or go ahead and beat you on the flat. So there's different weapons that we have. Not only that, one thing that if you guys caught in the presser is that um, you know Chip and Gino looks like they're vibing as well, right? A lot of good things coming from Chip, saying that this guy has been the guy. He can go ahead and beat you on his feet. Talked about that Niner game last year, how he was able to go ahead and run it in for the game-winning touchdown. So we're gonna see. I'm feeling that we're gonna go ahead and see a little bit of everything, a little bit of everything. Right? You have variety, and that's a good thing coming into a situation like this, where you have a new quarterback, somebody who's a vet, who's been in the league for quite a while, right? Has had success, been to the postseason, have an experienced offensive coordinator who just came winning off a national championship, has been in the league as well, right? You just acquired all these talented rookies. You already have a veteran presence in Jacoby Myers. You just had almost the rookie of the year and Brock Bowers, generational tight end. You have your solid traditional tight end and Michael Mayer. You got Genty. I mean, you got so many weapons, right? If these guys literally, for some reason, get covered downfield, you got Gino that can go ahead and literally get out of trouble and run the ball and make a 10, 15-yard play just with his feet, right? And this is the type of thing that we're talking about here. So a lot of good things that that was mentioned by Chip with Gino, and also obviously getting that cohesiveness together as well. So and then Jacoby was up there again. He was asked about his contract situation, kind of put that to the side, let him know, hey, you know what, I have certain people handling this certain area. Kind of wanted to stick to the ball topic, and which is great, right? And again, not putting your dirty laundry out there, just letting you know, hey, you know what, this is all being worked on, this is all being negotiated. One thing he did kind of make clear that he did want to stay a Raider, which is a beautiful thing. I think that anytime you get these guys saying like, hey, I want to be Raider, I want to be here, so long as it makes sense, obviously, right? That's a great thing, and hopefully he gets taken care of. I believe he'll be taken care of, right? And if that doesn't come within the near future, it should come maybe before the season starts. Could happen towards the mid-season or towards the end of the season. I believe Jacoby stays. He stays a Raider, but obviously we talked about in case that doesn't happen, you have Jack Besh, which is very similar style of play, the consistency, dependability that Jack Besh brings. That's very similar to Jacoby Myers, really a guy who's just coming off 1,000 yard season, zero drop ball rate. You're going to be able to go ahead and have a guy very similar to that type of level. And Jack Bash, obviously, we'll find out come season, but so far that's kind of the indication that Jack Bash brings. But I do have a clip for on Jacoby. Go ahead and play. So maybe go ahead and pull that up real quick. And this is what Jacoby had to say.
Nah, to Pete, honestly. Like I don't know how he doing it, honestly. Like it's got to be some type of drug out there or something. But I mean, that boy got a lot of energy, man. I truly respect it how he keep the guys going because it take a lot to get a lot of grown men moving in the right direction. So every day he got great energy. He real positive, man. So a lot of respect to him.
This is your third head coach.
Give a big nod to Pete, honestly.
So you have Jacoby there talking about P and how he's bringing that energy during training camp. With his age, 73-year-old Pete Carroll still going out there, and you see him on certain video clips of him out there with the guys and running around throwing the ball. So he's in it. He's active. Um, you know, uh, you know, the vibe is still there, right? He still has the energy. So talk about our guy with what is he doing to go ahead and keep up with all that energy, especially out there in hot ass Vegas where it's like 110. It's probably about 100, 105 right now, and we haven't even hit officially summer yet, right? But he's out there. He's out there doing his thing, right? So, but another thing that Jacoby talked about, obviously, getting to work with Gino, having his knowledge already, he's done his homework as we saw months ago before Gino signed his contract of him learning the plays, going over competition in the division. So him really talking about that, saying, hey, you know what, this guy knows the plays. Sometimes I have to reference him on certain plays, but obviously, having the veteran presence it's really one thing that really stood out. And I don't know if you guys caught this was the word stability. So having that stability there, so that's kind of the vibe that he's putting out there, that stability, and a lot of it is Genial's accuracy and whatnot. But obviously we all have off days just like anybody else, right? And these guys are no different. He had his off day a couple of weeks ago, having some picks done up, but from the most part, these guys are really gelling together. So that's something I'm really, really happy to go ahead and hear from for sure. Let me go ahead and go back to chat. So again, salute to everybody who's pulled up today. If you haven't done so already, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Help support the show. Turn on the notifications. I do shows 3 times a week normally, right? Except for this week, a little bit of an off week. Normally, we're doing the show on Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We went on a little bit earlier today. The Connection show, we do it on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Didn't have too much to talk about, so we decided to go ahead and not do the show yesterday. And then Good Morning Raiders every damn Saturday morning at 10 a.m. That is a guest show with my guy, the Raider Rundown. Make sure you guys turn on notifications for that show because we have a different guest every week. We're bringing it. I think I have June already filled up on guests, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the show on who's this week's guest is gonna be. We're good to go. We're confirmed. So it's going to be a good one, guys. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for sure. Appreciate everyone tapping in. Really quick, let's see. My guy Rosetown says they're going to go ahead and make them push themselves and take this regime program seriously. Facts, bro. Facts. Let's see here. My guy, so shout out to my guy Raiders Food Chris. Jacoby sounded like he knows he might not get a deal. I think he's just being optimistic, bro. You know, I think that these things will take care of themselves. Obviously, you know, we picked up a couple more guys in the receiver room, right? We drafted guys, but Jacoby's always been that guy that is dependable, right? It literally came off 1,000-yard season, took the helm when we lost Devontae. And when we lost Devontae, you know that whether or not it was still a blow, right? And but he still did what he had to do and was able to go ahead and really become a leader. I mean, there wasn't much of a wide receiver room, but still, he was that leader. So coming into this next year, it's still kind of that same situation. Now we got some more talent on our end, but these guys are unproven rookies, new to the league. So they're still trying to kind of find their way about how they, you know, how things go in the league. So having a guy like Jacoby Myers goes a long way. I think he's going to be taken care of. It's just a matter of time. It could literally happen, you know, next week. Could happen tomorrow. Could happen 2 months from now. Could happen mid-season. Who knows, right? These guys will know, but I'm pretty sure it'll be definitely taken care of for sure, 100%. Let's see here. Yeah, I hope we keep on. Was like, yeah, he's solid, man. He's a solid guy. This is a guy that you definitely want to go ahead and have for sure by your side. But you know, obviously in other news, guys, we had you know, we had Malcolm Kuntz. Malcolm Kuntz return to practice. I think that's kind of like the other big story. He's officially back uh in play in practice. So rehab is done and you know, it's looking good, really good. So, hold on 1 second. But again, as of right now, there no Christian Wilkins, no Christian Wilkins. But right now, at least we have Malcolm back on the other side of Crosby. Great news, great news. So it looks like the rehab is coming along. It's getting better, you know, and this is what we want to go ahead and see. Obviously, it would be pretty awful not having him if the injury were aggravated or if he still wasn't practicing right because we already have the issue with Christian Wilkins and his foot. But having him, you know, officially come back to practice and be part of that because he wasn't I think he wasn't practicing last week, but today was his official first day. So good things coming off of that. Obviously, this is the put up or shut up year, right? This is the prove it deal, the prove it year where he has that one, he's on that 1 year, and we expect the big things from him. And hopefully if everything comes to fruition, that happens for sure. Really quick, shout out to my guy Space Beast with the $2 holla. Salute, my guy. Appreciate you pulling up. Thanks for the $2 holla, my guy. Appreciate you for sure. But yeah, great thing. Malcolm Kuntz literally back in practice. The whole thing still no Christian Wilkins. Obviously, the whole situation with him. I think I don't know if it's just precautionary or what because that screw in his foot is probably a little cause of concern. So, um, that as of right now, no Christian Wilkins, but we'll see what happens. Give me 1 second, guys. I got my son crying at the other room. Give me 1 second. Hang on. All right, y'all. So I got my co-host in the building. He wanted to make his he hit me up and he wanted to make an appearance too, and he got his Raider drip. So he's gonna be co-hosting this with me. So sorry about that, guys. But we're on dad duty for a little bit. All right. So but yeah, as of right now, uh no Christian Walker. We'll see how this whole foot thing kind of plays out. But hopefully we get to see him back. I mean, if if we don't see him towards the end of training camp. I mean, we talked about it on Saturday. If this guy doesn't participate in training camp, this might be a thing where we should really think about not having him play in the season. So, say hi to everybody. This is N Raider Nico Raider. Salute my boy over here with his little Raider drip. All right, you want to go with Mama? You just want to say what's up? You want to floss your colors, right, my boy? But yeah, I got my girl saying Raiders already, starting them off young. All right. Yes, sir. Nico Raider. That was my boy right there. But yeah. We'll see what happens um with Christian Wilkins. Hopefully that all plays itself out. I mean, I've heard talk where they want to go ahead and possibly bring in a veteran D tackle, but in my opinion, for me, going out and drafting guys like JJ Pegues and Tucker Hemingway, you have some depth, right? These guys are talented. You went out and got these guys in the fourth and sixth round, right? So I think you gotta play these guys and see what comes of that, right? So salute to my guy Space Beast again for another $2 holla for the co-host and his gears on point. Of course, bro. You know how we do it, my guy. I gotta have these kids right. Gotta raise them right, my boy. You know what I mean? And for anybody who was at the Bakersfield event, I had my girl too with her little Raider cheerleader outfit. It's so cool. If you guys haven't seen the vlogs, check out the vlog. She's at the end. She says Raiders, and she's almost a year and a half, so she's really learning how to talk. It's just still developing. But we're watching the presser, and then we're watching my guy Graf show. Shout out to Graf. But we're watching it, and she was like Raiders. She saw the logo. Anytime she sees the logo, she already knows it's Raiders, and the girl can't even read. She just knows. There you go, for sure. But again, appreciate everyone pulling up. Salute. But let me know what you guys think of the presser today. Obviously, we have some more things to go ahead and kind of cover. But what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about Malcolm Kunis returning back to practice today? Christian Wilkins still no show in practice. They're having him kind of stay off the field on that. Not no show, but they're having him, not practice, not really engage in that. Let me know what you guys thought. Should we go out and possibly go out and get another D tackle in, sometime in this offseason? And mind you guys, literally we're a few days away from June 1st. The June 1st cuts are coming up. So there's going to be guys that are going to be freed up around the league. And it's going to be interesting to see who the Raiders could possibly go after, because I've said this before. I feel that they've been kind of waiting for this time to see who frees up, and there might be a play. So I know we talked about not having real depth at linebacker. We might find out next week that they pick up a couple of guys from that June 1st cut. Will there be a defensive tackle possibly added as well? Right. And those are the things that we have questions on, right? Could they pick up another corner or a safety as well? So, because there's certain things have not transpired as far as, on the depth on the linebacker side. Safety has been a little bit of concern as well. Corner has been concerned. But one of the things that I also wanted to go ahead and share is that who posted out the DB coach, Marcus Robinson, talked about taking about his defense, right? And the certain things that were said as far as Darian Porter is a gifted rookie. He's taking big leaps. He's hoping to go ahead and mimic the success of Carroll's Legion of Boom. You can feel the culture change, which I just said earlier, is that there's a certain vibe. The culture was already kind of put in a certain direction, turned around from the way that literally McDummy destroyed it. AP brought it up, right? Brought it back to life and cared for it. And then now Pete's literally running with it and just making it better, holding more accountability, more professionalism, but still having that good center focused, positive environment, right? And so you're starting to notice that, right? He talked about Jacorian Bennett mastering his craft, right? And this is one of the things that I'm glad to go ahead and hear. Are we going to really see a Jacorian Bennett really take hold and really step up and be that possible CB1, right? He does have he has that ability to go ahead and do that. I think he's on his way as long as he stays healthy, right? He talked about Decam. He's saying he believes he's going to be solid for us, right? But let me go ahead and kind of play that. It's a little bit long, so let me go ahead and pull that through. Let me see here. All right.
What do you think of him so far early on?
Oh, well, I'm an Iowa State alumni, so I love the pick. I love the guy. I think he's got a lot of physical gifts. He's got the length, the speed. So he is taking, to me, big leaps, like from one week to the next, as far as the coaching and the training and all those type of things, simply because of the fact that he just moved over, but basically from being a wide receiver to the defense side of the ball late in his career in college, and he is making tremendous jumps, in my opinion. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Pete Carroll obviously has a long history of forming good defenses and specifically great DB rooms like the Legion of Boom. How does that just raise the bar for a coach like you to meet that standard?
What's interesting is obviously I had an opportunity to watch that and study that defense for years, and to be a part of seeing how Pete built that
Legion of Boom. It's just interesting. It's real interesting. So I'm excited. I'm up for the challenge, and I'm hoping that we can mimic to a certain degree some of their success that they had in their secondary. Like I said, I think the most important thing is that everybody's buying in, and you can see the change. You can feel the culture changing around here, and I take my hat off to Pete Carroll. I think he's doing an amazing job.
With that being said, real quick, Ja'Cory Bennett was having a heck of a season last year, and then ended the season due to injury. What are you seeing from him in particular, especially going into year three?
So his biggest issue is that he is still coming off the injury, so kind of a little bit of a slow start coming back off the injury, but he's stepping up. He's doing well. Just working with the techniques and things of that nature. So if Pete Carroll defense, he's got a certain technique for his corners to be able to stay on top in the cover three stuff. So just trying to master their craft in that regard, and it's going to take some time. But he's working his butt off, and so is the Camrian. He's going to be solid for us. So I'm just hoping that this off season training camp will continue to grow and continue to become ultimately a dominant secondary. Obviously, with hopefully with our pass rush and all the combinations of things that we'll do.
There you have it, guys. That was DB coach Marcus Robertson on the DB room during OTAs. Like I said, I mean, good thing to hear him talking about Derry Porter and how he's continuing to go ahead and progress. Obviously, having him be in the position for like last couple of years, a guy who was literally drafted in the third round, but has high potential. That's one of the things that I think that you want to go ahead and hear, obviously, right? Makes it a little bit, I would say, a little bit easier to kind of reassure as far as on that secondary, because obviously we've been questioning the secondary, that middle linebacker position, not really having a cover linebacker. I mean, we didn't have much in Robert Spillane, but I mean, he did do some things, but not really having anything much. I mean, obviously we do have Devin White, but obviously he hasn't performed up to par in the last couple of years. So now, having him come over to the Raiders, linking with Spytek, and now with Carroll and really working with them, hopefully we get to see a Devin White of old, right? But hearing good things about Derry Porter, obviously, like I said, with Ja'Cory Bennett, hopefully he's able to go ahead and step up into that CB1 role, and that's a very much needed role that we do need to have somebody really step into and really take a hold of, right? And obviously, hearing DCAM, being possibly solid is, I think that's the best thing that we can definitely go ahead and hear. So good things. I wanted to go ahead and share that with you guys on DB Coach, talking about the other day, about his room. But obviously, right, we got other news. Let me go ahead and pull that up. AJ Cole was extended, right? AJ Cole was extended early this week on Monday, or early Monday or Tuesday of this week. Great news. Obviously AJ Cole is well deserved. He's been more than solid for us the last few seasons, right? Guy has an incredible leg, can literally punt it 60, 70 yards downfield. Is able to go ahead and, especially in those situations where we've lost chunk yardage and we're pinned back deep in our own end zone, especially, and we all saw that happen last year, right? Last season. He bailed us out in certain situations and really gave us kind of a shot to reposition ourselves with better field position on the next series. So, I'm glad he got extended. Kind of looking at the particulars here, he signed a four-year deal, $15.8 million with $11 million guaranteed. His average salary is going to be about just under $4 million per year. I think this year his base is going to be about just 3.3 around there, so it's not a big hit to the salary cap. Obviously, despite that, we still have about 36 mil in salary cap according to Spot Track. And let me go ahead and share that with you guys real quick. There we go. Forget this doesn't do it automatically. All right. So as you guys see, 36 million currently in cap space, and this is with AJ Cole's extension. And mind you, we still have Colton Miller that needs an extension. Jacoby, we just talked about him. You still have Daniel Carlson. I think he's on his last year as well. So, like I said, I feel that Jacoby's going to go ahead and get extended. They have to go ahead and make everything make sense. I think Jacoby and Colton are going to be the first ones, or they're going to be they're going to be taken care of either right before the season starts, or some point before the season ends. But definitely, I feel that we need to go ahead and keep Colton Miller, keep Jacoby Myers, having those guys be that dependable position players and receiver. That left tackle position is crucial. It's hard to find tackles. They just don't grow on trees, and not a lot of them appear in free agency. So when a talented one does come, you got to go ahead and take advantage of that for sure. But we still have some wiggle room. So I expect these guys to go ahead and definitely be extended for sure. And obviously we have June 1st cuts coming up. There might be some guys that are going to be cut that might free up a little bit of space, not too much, maybe about a few million, and we're talking about like maybe 3 or 4 at the most. We're not really breaking the bank. So we might see some of that money come back, right? But as of now, we have about 36 million. And again, his deal is a 4-year deal, $15.8 million, 11 guaranteed, which is a great thing. He has most of the contract that's going to be paid out to him for sure, and he's going to be averaging just under $4 million per year. And great to see AJ, being taken care of. Salute to him. Congratulations on his contract extension for sure. Let me go back to the chat again. Appreciate you guys pulling up on this Thursday afternoon, chopping it up, talking a little bit of Raider football. I wanted to go ahead and jump on and do a quick live with you guys. I know I haven't been on last almost a week now. I think since Saturday I haven't been on. So wanted to go ahead and just chop it up with you guys, talk about the OTAs and how we're looking so far in this off season, and nothing but good things ahead. I'm glad to go ahead and hear the culture, the good things about the culture, Genty coming along, the offense really starting to go ahead and kind of take shape for sure. Let's see. My guy space was Dad her first word, or no? Was it Raiders? It was actually Dad. It was Dad. So, but Ray, like, she literally chants Raiders. That's a hard word for a toddler, for a kid who's 18 months old, 19 months old. So props to her, man. My girl's really smart, and she's coming along. So but anytime she sees Raider logo, she's like, Raiders. She already knows for sure. Let's see here. Salute to my guy. I'm not bueno. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Thanks for tapping in. Let's see here. Make sure you guys go ahead and bring your questions in, guys. Let me know what you guys think about today's presser with Chip, with Gino. Obviously, seeing Gino up there, having him talk about the offense and that he's connecting with these guys is uh is a really good thing. My guy, God Family and Raiders. Porter ahead of schedule might be our CB2. Let's go. Fuck yeah, bro. If we can get JB and Porter like on like literally dialed in, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good in the secondary. We could definitely be in a position where we might not. We're not always worried about getting cooked, right? And that's a concern, right? Because we know our trenches are good, right? So you know they'll be they'll be they'll be ferocious if we're able to go ahead and make sure that Wilkins comes back and he's healthy and he's able to go ahead and really be able to pivot and work off the foot, right? Um, but even if he's not, I mean, we still have a pretty good trench. We pretty good have a pretty good D line with Max. You put in you're rotating in Pegues and Tonka. You have Adam Butler. You have Kuntz on the other side, right? So you still have Tyree as that uh, utility player that can come in and either can line up at D tackle, or you can put him on the outside on edge. We know that he doesn't have too many weapons, but he's able to go ahead and do something, right? So if we can have Jacorian Bennett and Porter dialed in, I think we'd be good for sure, 100%. Let's see here. Yeah, I tapped in a little bit, and I know what you guys talking about. I've seen her before on his other lives. She's tapped in before. Yeah. Let's see here. Uh, my guy, Space Beast. I love the idea of AP, but it's clear he wasn't ready. He rubbed people the wrong way. Same but different. MC idiot. Sky's the limit now. Yep, facts, bro. I mean, he was good for that meantime, for that for that time where McDermott left, right? He was, I think he came in the right position, the right time, and I think I think that should have been the wrap, right? But at that point, we wanted to go ahead and pursue the Rich Bisaccia experiment, right? Because we all knew we're all going to be wondering, like, hey, what if AP would have stayed around? Could he have turned it around? Could he have really made a run, right? Because we still asked ourselves, some of us, to this day, is like, what if Rich would have stayed? What if we would have brought him on? Could it really made a difference? Could we would have repeated into another playoff berth? I mean, who knows, right? Same thing, came into a situation, really got everybody together, and kept up the task at hand. We made a playoff appearance, but literally that team was built by Gruden and Mayock, right? And Gruden was in his third year at that point, third or fourth year, something like that. So, I mean, Bisaccia just came in and just like, all right, there's nobody driving the car. Like, I'm not going to stay in the passenger seat and potentially wreck. We're going to go ahead and keep the car. I'm going to take over, jump on the driver's seat, and keep driving, right? And that's literally what he did. Same thing with AP, right? But we all know that the inexperience and having multiple people in his ear, it did affect, right? Would I like to have him seeing a shot? Yeah, of course, but right, it is what it is, right? And Pete's here, and he's the experience that talks for itself, right? Now we won't have the excuse of, well, this guy's inexperienced, this guy doesn't know, this guy had like 10 people talking to him. Pete's the boss. Pete runs the show. And he's put this team together so far. Hopefully we'll see what happens, come next week after the June 1st cuts. Let's see who else we pick up. Obviously I would love to see that linebacker room get a little bit bigger, get some more talent in there, I feel like I can go ahead and rest a little bit easier. And but we'll see. We'll see what happens for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, see, I still wish who's that linebacker coach? Excuse me. Yeah, man. I mean, he was good at the position, bro. So yeah, it is what it is, man. I hope that he's he finds something and he gets back into the league. I think he will, man. I think just needs to step away for the season. Well, you never know. You never know. He can come back, not for us, but he might find something somewhere else. Well, you never know. The sport is crazy. He might come back. Right, right. Crazy things happen. My guy Space Beast. The Eagles are a perfect example. It was the young stars who stepped up, and their top linebacker was a former ST standout, special team standout, but D line was legit. Yep, see, exactly. So again, that he hit that right on the money. We saw with Bond and Dejon Cooper, Dejon, that really came out and really stepped up. We hope that happen. We have the same thing happen over here, right? But everything again, these guys are improving. We don't know what could potentially happen with the rookies. They can either shine, they can be mid, or they can just be a bust. It's just really how they perceive things. What the Raiders are doing right now, they're creating a culture of support. You have talented coaches in every position that are able to be there and help these guys grow. Because obviously, again, I've talked about this before. They're trying to do two things, right? They're trying, and it's a very difficult thing to do. They're trying to win now, but you're also trying to go ahead and plan for the future and cultivate for the future. It's a very delicate process, and that's why when we talk about what would the record be going into 2025, realistically, we're looking at 7 to 10, 8 to 9 wins because this is still such a young team. You have Brock Bowers going to his, second year, sophomore year in the league. Hopefully, he continues on that skyrocket trajectory where he just leaving everybody in the dust, right? But we never know. Hopefully, he doesn't get that sophomore slump. Could potentially happen, but a lot of these guys still learning how things go about in the league. The still learning curve. So, but I think we're putting our best foot forward. We're heading in the right direction and still maintaining to be competitive. I think we'll definitely make that happen for sure. Shout out to my guy, Raider Shield family. Nah, man. I would love to pop in with you, say hi. I understand no, but respect you, tell you in person. Yeah, we'll see what's up, brother. We'll try to do something where I'll have a guest on and uh, go ahead and try to see if we can make it happen for sure, bro. My guy, God family and Raiders Bueno. That would be weird. Players have to take a demotion. Yeah, okay. Um, my guy, Space Beast. AJ Cole wants to be a Raider. He's top five at his position. He got a top five attitude, and he's the holder for field goals, no brainer. I think he's probably like top three, bro. I think he's that good. And this is a crazy thing. We've always looked out with having talented kickers. We had obviously Sebastian Janikowski. I love Seabass, and then Marquette King. Marquette King was solid, right? And when King left and we lost Seabass and he retired, right? I was like, well, what are we gonna do now? Now we're gonna probably suck or be mid at kicker, but obviously we got Daniel Carlson and then we got AJ Cole. So I'm glad to see that he got taken care of. He's back with us. He's going to be with us for the foreseeable future, literally through 2029. 2030 is literally when he becomes a free agent again. So, glad to see he's going to be here for the next at least 4 or 5 years for sure. Yep. Let's see. Got my guy, God Family Raiders. Love AP and his love for the Raiders. Unfortunately, wasn't ready for a show. Yep. And I showed in his coaching and hiring, making decisions. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a thing where he's just gonna take this and hopefully he learns from it, grows from it, and is able to take it on to the next thing he's on to, whether it's a head coaching gig, assistant coaching gig, if he down the line he becomes a defensive coordinator at some point, or even just still at his at his linebacker position coach, this still could be applied. It's just making certain decisions and going with it and voicing his opinion, right? But yeah, I mean, when it comes to this position, to being a head coach, you got to kind of stick with your guns, whether you get it right or wrong. It is what it is. You got to make that decision, right? So let's see here. Shout out to my guy Luis Couch GM. Salute to you, brother. Build a salary cap with Max, Colton, and Cole, Wilkins, Gino. Every regime does their thing, which is not a good thing to have it 3 regimes, 3 years. Yeah, that's what they're doing. You're seeing Spy Tech not going out and overspending on players, being methodical on the guys that they're bringing in and signing, right? Obviously, not only they're trying to get the most value for the buck, but bringing on guys that have a certain persona, a certain attitude, right? Not bringing physicality, that's great, but also having a level head, right? And I think not having that distractional player, because every team has one, right? But trying to limit that the amount of people that you have, it does go, because it does affect the culture. So, obviously having them being here and looking towards 2026, and I know the season hasn't even started yet, but that is still down the line, because this year, again, you're building the foundation. You can even go up to the extent, because we had a really good draft, putting up the sticks, right? So we laid the foundation, we have the sticks up. Next year, or maybe even this year, we might be able to get ready to, put in the drywall, right? And obviously next year, put up the drywall, you put up the roof, you start putting in the windows and all that. 27 is really like you're almost done with the house. You're getting ready to go ahead and really show it off and display it and showing it for what it is, of using that construction analogy, right? But I think we're heading towards that. But we can't. We need to have money. We need to have money in the bank. Obviously, these guys for sure, Colton and Jacoby, are going to be taken care of. Carlson eventually down the line will be taken care of. I'm hoping, right? But having those two guys, especially Colton Miller, keeping that left tackle is going to be critical. Because again, you can try to draft guys. You still have Charles Grant, but he still needs work. We don't know what's going to potentially become of him. We might see some snaps here and there, but nothing really of significance, right? So that's a project in itself that might not bear fruit for another 2 or 3 seasons. We don't know, right? So you need to have that money in the bank, especially next year. And like I said, the next year is going to be the year where you're going to start seeing bigger free agency signings, because now we have certain things in place, and we might be a couple of guys away from really being top tier competitive, right? And making a playoff run. We can potentially make a playoff run this year. It could definitely be that, but I think right now we're putting the team together, right? We still have a lot of old faces, but still we have some new as well. So my guy Rosetown, I just like AP because of the Impala. He gave the Raiders some extra aura. Yeah, yeah, bro, for sure. He did bring that Raider mystique uh, to the league for sure. Let's see here. Uh, my guy Bueno says facts. Maybe it would have worked if there weren't two super winning head coaches, and Harbaugh was in the same division. Yeah, could be for sure. Let's see. Uh, Shout out to my guy Radio Show Family. Yeah, for sure. Hit that subscribe button. Hit those thumbs, guys. It does help. It does help to support the show. Appreciate everyone pulled up. And if you really want to go ahead and support the show, become a member today. I got the link picked up top. We're gonna be doing. I'll be doing some member only shows. I'm be giving away also. I'm gonna be doing a raffle for some free shirts. Got the shirts, guys. Make sure you guys tap in. This is one of the shirts that I have available, Raider Nation. It's on my Instagram. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in and get yours today. But I'll be raffling out one of these, one of the show shirts, the Just Raider Baby one. I'll put it out in a little bit towards the end of the show. We'll raffle that off for the members. So that'll be my gift to you guys for sure. So if you guys want to go ahead and order a shirt, let me know. Hit me up, email me, whatever you guys want. I got most sizes except small for the Raider Nation one. I got medium through 3XL. I'll take care of my big peoples because I'm a big man myself. For the show shirts, I got XL through 3X. So yeah, let me know for sure. Let's see here. Shout out to my guy 2-4, my guy Rorschach. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Salute. Let's see. Yeah, my guy Bueno. Yeah, Kingsbury bailing fucked us up. No doubt. Yeah, it did, man. But I think it's a blessing in disguise. Obviously, we went through what's his face, and that was a disaster. But now we're with Chip, and I think I'm the type of person. Certain things happen for a certain reason. I think because if we wouldn't have gotten Getsy, we wouldn't have gotten Chip, right? We had to go through that awfulness to get to Chip. Even though Chip was there last year, for whatever reason, the trigger wasn't pulled, which I firmly believe if we would have done that last year, the offense would have looked way different. It would have been so in shambles, right? But that wasn't pursued. Maybe the price tag at the time for the regime was too high, but we're here now, and that's the important part for sure. Let's see here. My guy Navmat. Only 5 QBs have more wins than Geno in the last 3 years. Think about that for a moment, for sure, bro. I mean, I saw something earlier with Geno even having the year that he had with those 10 interceptions. His accuracy was still on point. That's hard to believe. It's just having a shitty O-line. It does impact your gameplay for sure as a quarterback. So obviously making the moves that we made, going out, we got Kappa, but we also went out and got our guy Caleb Rogers, and I feel that he might be definitely in the mix to be a potential starter, right? And that's going to be definitely a position where they're going to be battling for that guard position. We have Jackson Powers Johnson, JPJ going back at center, Ultimately, we know what his position is. Glaze, I think he's still going to be at that right tackle position. So, you still have a Mumford, Meredith there. So it's going to be interesting to see what the final O-line roster is going to look like. But there's definitely competition all the way around. I think the guard positions are going to be the interesting ones to see who's going to get filled. The tackles, I'm not too worried about. I like Glaze's play last year. I think it was solid. I think he's going to be able to go ahead and maintain that position. But obviously, all eyes are going to be in the two guard positions, right and left. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that for sure. My guy Rosetown, Wilkins just got to make sure he take care of his foot and cleans it to a guy. Hey, bro, gotta make sure you got clean feet, dog, for sure. Take care of your feet, bro. Take care of your feet. 100%. Yeah, man. I hope the thing with Christian Wilkins, it gets he gets back to close to 100%, if not 100%. And with those type of injuries, it just sucks having a screw in your foot. It just has to play all types of hell on you. It's you use it, obviously you use it all the time, but you use it in a way probably we're not so much conscious of it until like we injure something. But obviously you're pivoting off of it all the time, and especially a guy in this position coming off a 3-point stance, rushing in, you're on it constantly, and that toe, man, it just must be hell. So hopefully that he does heal up and turn around for sure. Let's see here. My guy Luis says, what I don't like is too many regimes, no stability. I agree, bro, for sure, 100%. With Pete being here, I feel that changes, bro. He's going to be here at least 2 to 3 years, right? If maybe 4, unless something happens, or either we get the same 4 wins, or we become worse, or maybe we win one more. Not at that point, I don't see Pete being here. But having Gino here, having Chip, having Genty, drafting Genty at 6, and then having Bash and Thornton with Gino, it's hard for me to fathom that we can't we can't double our wins from last season, for real. That's for sure. And I know there was guys during the chat that were saying 12-5. I don't see that yet. I see that realistically for 2026. I don't see that for 2025. And again, 7-10, 8-9, 9-8, right? If we really crush it, right, we really ball out 10-7. That's a really high ceiling, though, right? But could it happen? Yeah, it definitely could happen. But I think we're taking the right step forward, baby steps. I don't think we'll take that far of a leap. We may or may not make a playoff appearance, and that's good. That's saying a lot, because last year we're in no way contending for a playoff berth at all. At a point where I gave up, I think beginning of October is when I gave up realizing a playoff berth, right? And now we're it might be a possibility, but it might not happen, right? It just depends how we play towards the division, how many games we're able to go ahead and steal, right? And really, you got one thing for sure: beating the teams that we need to beat. Not playing it where we win the games that we're not supposed to win, and we lose the games that we're supposed to win, which has always been our Achilles heel, always. So we got to start off with that direction. But I don't see Pete going anywhere anytime soon, for sure. My guy, God Family Raiders, Kappa either rebounds this year or he's out by week 4 if he plays like last year. Yeah, for sure. That's if he wins the job, for sure. And I don't even think it's going to be that long. I think by week 2, 3, if he ain't performing, I think he's going to be sitting on the bench, for sure. Let's see here. My guy Rorschach. Damn, is it me or am I being a wide receiver diva? Because I'm used to seeing my name in the blue. Oh man, that's funny. Let's see. My guy Mario saying you're a diva, bro. I ain't a diva, bro. You appreciate it, my boy. You appreciate it for sure. Let's see here. Make sure you guys go ahead and get your questions in, guys. I'll take a few more before I head on out of here. Let's see. I didn't realize how Pete's kid Brennan is. We got some interesting characters on the coaching staff. Yeah, for sure, bro. I hope he does good, man. I hope he really beefs up and really improves that whole line for sure. Shout out to my guy Carlos. Salute, brother. Thanks for pulling up, my guy. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Louis says each regime takes things personal. I haven't seen a regime that really wanted to win. The closest was Del Rio. Gruden now, McDaniels, hell, now AP. No, this regime is not without a coverage linebacker Cam. Without a coverage linebacker Cam Mill. Okay, well, yeah, we'll see what happens, bro. You know, like I said, I don't see Pete going anywhere anytime soon. I see him be here for the next at least 2 seasons for sure. And that's normally what we do anyway, right? Being here for at least 2 seasons and then third year is questionable. And that's where it's at anyway, right? He's here for a 3-year deal with a 4th-year option. So it's not really anything different. And the guy's 73. I don't think he'll be here into his 80s. He could be, but I really don't think that's going to be the play here. The play is probably going to be either Chip or Patrick Graham, possibly Patrick Graham, inheriting and take over the team. It could really be that type of thing, or bringing another guy from the outside. But I think if you build something and we see success, right, and the level we're being consistent on playoff appearances and having a certain amount of wins, it might be a situation where it just gets inherited by one of the coordinators. It could literally be that type of thing for sure. Let's see here. My guy. Shout out to my guy, 5. What it do, brother? Appreciate you pulling it up. Salute, my guy. Let's see. Yeah. My guy Luis, see the Eagles want to win. Look at their linebackers. They were key for the teams. Yep. And I hope that again we pick up some guys after June 1st, and I'm feeling that might be what they're kind of waiting for to see who frees up during that time. So we'll find out next week. That's what I'm saying. We'll find out next week to see what happens and who they possibly go after for sure. Let's see. Let's see. My guy, I'll be royalties brother. All right, there you go, bro. You've been pulling up for sure. I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate everybody, man. Thanks for the support. Appreciate you guys. Love chopping it up, talking some Raider football for sure. Yeah, King was a dope ass punter, and I hope he comes back to the league, man, for sure. I hope he finds his place with the team. He's definitely talented for sure. My guy Rose, I don't think AP coaches in the NFL or college. No, he's not doing. He's doing consulting. He's doing he had like some type of event, like clinic type of events. So he's doing clinics right now, going off of his accolade that he did for the last year and a half. So cool, man. Get his money for sure. But yeah, he's not. As far as right now, I think. Well, first he has that that suspension for like 6 years for the NCAA, right? And he doesn't have, as far as I know, he doesn't have anything lined up in the NFL. My guy, Bueno, says, Luis, we had too many holes to fill. He probably focused on the offense primarily. I agree, bro. And looking at it, the type of offense that we literally had, the struggles where I literally tore my hair out a lot of the times where we can't score from the 1 yard line to save our life. You had to address that, right? I think that was the focus here, but I think they're gonna do something. It's not gonna be what everybody expects. It's not gonna be a big splash. They're just gonna get some solid guys that they feel that have the potential to really break out and be more. And that's the thing, is that that's kind of Pete Carroll's MO. They go out and get certain talent, not brand name guys. So think about it like this, guys. So it's like shopping at Walmart. Instead of buying the Rice Krispie treats or the Rice Krispie cereal, you're just getting the rice cereal, the name brand, the Walmart brand cereal. It tastes the same. It's as good, but it just costs way less. But it does the same damn thing, and I think that's what they're trying to do or trying to be, one of those products that, like, hey, you know what, you can go buy the whatever product, but if you buy the Walmart one, sometimes the Walmart one is even better than the name brand one, and that's what they're hoping to go ahead and kind of do. Right? I feel like they're going out and get guys that you might not have heard of, or that they're not name brand guys, but they feel that they have potential of being either really good or just being solid again. Case in point, Devin White. So hopefully that works out for sure. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. My guy Rose Sound. June 1st is coming up. We'll pick up some extra players. I see us getting a linebacker. Facts, bro. Hopefully that is the case. That is the case. Oof. Yo, bro, I don't even know what y'all being dirt over there, bro. What happens with the nation stays with the nation. Damn, dog. Shout out to my guy Alec. Salute to you. Jacoby extension, they seem to be holding off for now. For now, bro. But again, like I was saying earlier, this is something that can happen any day. It could happen next week. Could happen tomorrow. Can happen right before training camp, during training camp, mid-season. Who knows, right? Now this is a question. What do y'all feel? Do you think that Jacoby can potentially hit another 1,000 this coming season? Or because now that we have so many weapons, is that going to be dialed back significantly where he's going to be producing anywhere from like maybe 500 to 700 yards receiving yards? What do y'all feel? Let me know. Let me know in the chat for sure. Okay. Let's see. Okay. My guy, like, we got some money to spend still on a nickel corner safety if they want, or DE. I don't think we'll spend one on a DE, to be honest with you, but safety or nickel probably be it. Like I said, possibly maybe another defensive tackle, depending how Christian Wilkins rehab is going. Hopefully there is no setbacks and it's all steam ahead with him, and hopefully we see him back by training camp. But that's gonna be the key thing here. So if you don't see him by training camp, the question is, should we even start him? Should we even play him at the beginning of the season, right? I mean, there's so much invested into him. Even though after restructure, he still has about anywhere from like $17 to $19 million coming to him. It's not a walk in the park. It's still some quiche. So it'll be interesting to see. But for sure. I think we need another linebacker, nickel, safety. You know, maybe a D-type linebacker for sure. My guy Luis, it's just that we have a new regime. I need to see if I'm comfortable, not comfortable. Weakness covers linebacker Cam Miller, Lindenberg. That brings up my hopes down, especially worst linebacker core in division. I don't see if it's the worst one, but yeah, it is not up there. Again, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we bring in somebody who's really going to step up to that. I don't know if Devin White's going to be the guy, right? Lindenberg is still he's unproven, right? Eichenberg, though, we heard a little bit of success that he had during last week during OTAs. You know, he's still we still don't know. So I hear you, bro. I hear you. But I'm trying to see if the plan is the June 1st cuts. Hopefully that's the case, and somebody becomes available and they jump on them for sure. Let's see here. My guy, God Family Raiders, still developing our young core. Only time will tell. We just have to trust our current regime, make moves as needed. June 1st is coming up. Players will be released. Yep, exactly. For sure. Salute to my guy, Greg. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Salute. Let's see. I hope our rookies are solid and coming up. It looks that way. Heard nothing but good things from Besh, Genty, Thornton. He's getting his deep catches, finding success deep in the secondary. So we heard Porter earlier. He's starting to develop and come along. So really good things. And like I said, if Porter and Bennett get dialed in, I think we'd be cool. I think we can breathe a little bit in that secondary. Let's see. Yeah, my guy Greg, 2025 is a growing pain to wait and see. Yeah, it's gonna be a growing pain, but I don't think it's gonna be that much of a pain. I think we went through the biggest pain you can possibly go through in a 4-13 type season. You know, I think we're gonna be able to go ahead and double those wins going into 2025. So it's gonna be improvement, but you're not gonna see a whole lot. Going into you're not going to see a whole lot of wins this season. I think 2026, 2027 are going to be the years where we're going to be like, okay, cool. Now we can really start talking about playoffs. We can really start possibly considering playoff, Super Bowl run, playoff contention, and all that good stuff. So, yeah. Let me see here. Ooh, careful, baby. My guy Greg, my indication of a good season is to start off fast and try to steal some games, and in the end of the season, make a playoff run. Yeah, I mean, we do have the potential of winning the first two games, right? We go to New England, week 1. Definitely a real possibility to win there. The home opener on week 2. And I'm actually going to be trying to go to the home opener. So if you guys are going, let me know. I should know relatively soon whether I'm going to make that one or not. For sure, like almost with certainty, I feel that I could say that I'm going to go to the Jacksonville one in Vegas because that's around my birthday. So I'm probably going to most likely go to that one. But yeah, man. I think we're going to be able to go ahead and steal those first, possibly split or take both of those two games. Commanders, I don't see us winning that one. I believe we have week 3. We got to look at the schedule, but week 3 will be think it's the Bears, week 3. Let me take a look. Commanders. Excuse me, week 3 is Commanders, week 4 is the Bears. And that might be a game that we can go ahead and potentially steal. Same thing with the Colts and then Titans as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's see. All right. My guy Rosehound, we can't close off games. That's the biggest thing. If we improve that, we win more games. Look at the Chiefs last season, made the Super Bowl. Yeah, man. I mean, we can. I think games. If we can keep games close, we have a fair shot of winning them. I think we can go ahead and split the game. One of the games with Kansas City, and potentially steal one of those. I think Arrowhead's going to be the king. We talked about it with my guy LV on Saturday. He says Arrowhead might be the one, and I agree. Could be in Vegas. It'd be great if we do it in Vegas at home, but I think really we go to Arrowhead and see when we play pretty good there. So let's see. Shout out to my guy Raiders Rebel. My guy Rebel, what it do, brother? Thanks for pulling up with the Raiders. Hold on, dog. I gotta do it the right way. Raiders. Yep, for sure. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. All right. My guy Rorschach. In my opinion, the show is way better. Okay. Let's talk about. I don't bleed. That is for sure, bro. Shout out to my guy Leo, my guy Tio Linus. It's not his fault that he's a bleeder, bro. It's just one of those things. I don't know. It's funny. Let's see. My guy, God Family Raiders. Diablo was bad for us last year. And Landon Robbins was way better linebacker than Spillane last year. We'll be okay. This is the thing. I mean, I know what Luis is trying to do. He's trying to make a point. We need a coverage linebacker. We do. No matter what we do. The thing is that he wants one now. And I feel that though they're out there, they're holding off for some reason because I feel that June 1st, they're just trying to see what June 1st becomes available. And if nobody comes available, then they might go out and get somebody, right? If they stick with what we got, I'll be nervous about it. And I've said that before. I'm being honest, right? I think Landon is good at stopping the run. But when it comes to covering, it's a different story. So I don't know. But I get what he's trying to say. But also we gotta trust the process. I know it's the shit that we've said for years and years and years, and it's like we've always get the same result. So I get the frustration part of it. It's hard, bro. It is hard, 100%. My guy Russell, we getting players that are Ross quality but cheap. That are Marshall. I think Marshall's is better, bro. I would say Marshall's quality but cheap. But you find good shit at Ross, bro, for sure, 100%. Man. Let's see. All right. My guy Alec Chin was a seal for half the price of more. Yeah, bro. Literally half the price, and we get the same quality. Like I said, it's like you at Walmart, instead of buying Rice Krispies, you buy rice cereal. The Walmart brand. That's it. Tastes the same. So there's really no difference, bro. So I think they're doing the same thing here. That's literally what it looked like. And next year is really when we're going to start seeing the big signings where you're getting these big name players coming in because we have already the foundation already set up, right? We have a lot of key players that are already here we just need to plug in a couple guys here and there. So yeah, we'll see. Good debate going on in the chat. I love it. I love it. And this is what I want. This is shit that we need to talk about, things that we need to address. Linebacker is definitely one of them for sure. Yeah, see. He says, my guy Luis Eichenberg is a coverage linebacker, but he's hella young. He's not great at tackles either. Yeah, So we'll see, man. I mean, again, this is the thing too, bro. You got Pete Carroll. You got Pete Carroll in here now, and he is different from AP. We know his defenses are proven. Enough said. I mean, we could go into the details about it, but honestly, it's just he's proven. We saw what he can do in Seattle, and he's just trying to rebuild here. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Shout out to my guy Raider Way. Thanks for pulling up, my guy. Salute to you. Thanks for pulling up in the live again. If you guys are new, make sure you guys head on over and smash that subscribe button. For all my ride or dies already in the building, make sure you guys click those thumbs. Appreciate you guys pulled up. Oh, I put the wrong one. That's for Saturday show, but still give my guy the Raider Rundown a sub and a like. Obviously, he had a great show yesterday with Turf, the return of the Turf and Rundown show. Man, I was happy to go ahead and hear those guys chopping it up. Takes me back. I've been watching those guys since like this time last year, so I'm glad to see Turf is back. So salute to my guy. I gotta have him back on Good Morning Raiders and really chop it up with him. We had a great show during the draft. Got to repeat that one for sure. But make sure you guys head on over and hit that subscribe button. It does help to go ahead and support the show. If you guys really want to go ahead and support the show again, go ahead and become a member. Get off the bench, get in the game, become a member today. Got the link pinned up top. Again, we're going to be doing raffles. I'm going to be raffling off some of the shirts. I got the Raider Nation shirt. And then I got the Just Raiders Baby show shirt. Let me go ahead and pull that up. I got that. Where's my shirts that I have here? There we go. Oh, can I not have them? Nope. I think I have them. Hold on, guys. Thought I had them. Okay. You know what? I have it on my Instagram. There we go. All right. All right. So I got this shirt, the Just Raiders Baby one. And then the Raider Nation one, which I'm rocking right now. I got the logo in the back as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and if you guys want to be part of the raffle, there you go. That's going to be on the back. That's what's on the back of this shirt. Just Raiders Baby Podcast. So I'll be raffling that off to my members, and we'll do that really soon. I just got to check how many members I got, but at least once we get up to like 10 members, we'll go ahead and do a raffle. It'll be cool. My guy Jack Henna, who just pulled up, got one himself. Shout out to my guy. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute for sure. Let's see here. 1 second, guys. All right. I had a question here. Hold on. My guy Alec, I think Jacoby could be worth an extension for sure, but we shall see what the plan is down the road. I think he's going to stick around. I think he's going to be a Raider. He wants to be a Raider, and that's one of the things he said in his presser, that he wanted to go ahead and be with the Raiders. Obviously, it has to make sense for sure, but I think that's a guy that we bring back for sure. Colton Miller, definitely a guy that we need to bring back, 100%. Let's see. My guy Godfrey Raiders teams win games, not just linebackers. Yeah, it's a team effort, bro. But it is a position that we definitely need to go ahead and address. 100%. Let's see. Shout out to my guy, Raiders Fool Chris with the $2 special. He's with the 98 and rate. Hold on, bro. I gotta do it for you, right?
Raiders!
Yep. 9-8. That's a magic number, bro. There you go. There you go. For sure. Again, shout out to my guy Jack for pulling up. Again, my guy ended up getting a Raider Nation shirt. So if you want to be like Jack, let me know. Got them on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram, TikTok. Got the email in here too. You guys can email me, hit me up, let me know if you guys are interested in buying a shirt for sure. My guy Luis Pete was proven Seattle in college, but we'll see. Yeah, bro. So this is the thing. I've been keeping up with what they've been trying to tell you, but I know it. I know you're just being cautious, you're being trepidatious. It's like being heartbroken. You've been with the last three girls. They all broken your heart. You meet this new chick. She seems really cool. She's pretty. All that. Definitely your type. But you're a little hesitant, right? You're like, I don't know if I want to open up to this girl yet. Like I'll play a little bit hard to get. I get you, bro. But this chick is cool. She's sweet. She says all the right things. Does shit for you, bro. Fucking homegirl over here washing your clothes. That's basically Pete, bro. So Pete's proven. It'll come. It just won't come as fast as you can think it's gonna come. Like I said, next year, 26 and 27 are gonna be the years really where we start seeing the fruits of all their efforts come to fruition, for sure. Let's see here. Yep. See, I got Jack about to show Jay's work. Yep. Appreciate you, my guy. Let's see. Most years, there's not going to be a super middle line linebacker like Raquan Smith available. Yep, for sure, bro. Like we said, I think I would like Justin Simmons to be brought over. If we're able to go ahead and do that, bro, man, that would be cool. I think that would be a solid move. I feel that we would plug up and we could breathe a little bit sigh of relief, a little bit easier, a little bit better. Having a guy like his caliber again, gotta wait and see what there is. I think they're just, if you want, I don't know what is it today with Ross and Marshall's analogies. It's just the first thing that comes into play, but they're just trying to dig into that bit. I'll use the Walmart one with the DVDs. Remember the DVDs back in the day? And all like we all stream now, but back in the days, used to dig into that DVD pile for like $4, $5, right? And then you're trying to find that good one. That's the thing. I think they're just trying to find that good one, or they're trying to find those fresh pair of kicks on the clearance aisle. I think that's literally what Spytek and Curl are trying to do, for sure. Yeah, let me go ahead and post that real quick. Hang on one second, bro. Appreciate you, my guy. Here we go. There you go. All right, cool. Thank you. Salute to my guy, Rizful Chris, bro. It was cool hanging out in Bakersfield. We're gonna do it again, bro. We're gonna do it again. Be out in Vegas for the games, man. We can even do it better, bro. Vegas is a different creature, man. When I'm out there and I don't have to drive, We get down, bro. We get down for sure. My guy Luis, I think we get 6 and 7. If Pete gets 8 wins, that's a win with many winning rooks. Yeah, getting 6 or 7 wins be cool. I think it's gonna be more closer to 7. I think we have that much talent that we can win 7 games, but we'll see what happens. Shout out to my guy Rorschach Raider 2-4. Much respect to your crew, Jay. Just be here, yeah, bro, for sure. It's all good, man. You know, we trust me. We say we're shit to each other in our group chat, man. Only if y'all knew, for sure. Appreciate you on the $2 holla. Salute to you, my guy. Let's see. My guy Jack Big Huts to the beautiful family. Nice meeting you, everyone. Yeah, hey, appreciate you. My girl, she was out here earlier. She was running amok, but she out here saying she said she's working on her Raiders. She said it earlier today on the presser. She was having her little lunch. I didn't even tell her anything. She's like, Raiders. I'm like, what? Yes, right. Raiders. So she's getting there. She's getting there. Now I just need my boy to go ahead and just be Raiders. And then next thing you know, if you guys go to the games, because they're gonna be rolling me to the games. And I got tickets, and just so y'all know, I got tickets to the Phoenix game. So I'm actually gonna be going out to Cardinals versus Raiders out in Phoenix. If you guys are going, let me know. We'll link up. I'm bringing the fam in tow. You know, I think this is a game where I can go ahead and bring them and not be all, you know, flustered and having these kids run them, especially my daughter. My daughter's crazy. She'll just fucking run. She'll run off. I think it's funny the whole time. But yeah, I'll be in that game. So let me know, link up. I'll be in Phoenix. For me, Phoenix is like a few hours away, 6 hours away, as close as Denver. So I'll be out there for that preseason game. It's gonna be a fun game. We're gonna make a trip out of it for the weekend. So hopefully, if you guys are going, let me know for sure. 100%. Shout out to my guy, God, family, and Raiders. Being a member. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support, my guy. Raiders Food Chris also becoming a member. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute. If you guys want to become members, just like Raiders Food Chris and God Family Raiders, make sure you guys click that link I put it in the chat earlier. I also have the link pinned up top. Again, if you guys are on your mobile device, I guess because Chris is on his phone, he can see it. Here it is again. Appreciate you guys. It does go a long way to go ahead and really support the show. It helps to really keep the lights on. All this stuff does cost money to go ahead and maintain and whatnot. The whole thing. The stream and all that. It does add up, guys. So again, appreciate you guys for your support. Again, I get 10. Once you get 10 members, we'll go ahead and we'll do a live. I'll go ahead and raffle all these things out. I'll raffle some shirts off for you guys. I got a pretty good amount of size. Unless you're really thin, I have to probably special order for you, but I have most of the sizes in stock. So we're gonna do that for sure. Let's see here. My guy, hope you have a great time. Yeah, for sure, bro. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. It's a preseason game, but hey, man, obviously, we're looking to see who makes the 53-man roster, and obviously there's going to be some guys going to be cut, so it still matters. But I'll try to go ahead and do a live sometime after the game, or the next day. Figure it out. It's going to be a little bit complicated. I might have to probably do like a quick 30 post game reaction show. I don't know. We'll see. because I'll have the kids and they're a handful for sure. So appreciate you, my guy. Salute, salute. Uh, my guy Luis, I'm sick of losing. It's just we have no stability. All kinds of regimes Mark brought out to see they didn't really care about the Raiders. I know, bro. See, this is the thing. Give my boy a break. All right. He's just venting. And this is also, me and Jeff, shout out to my guy Jeff. This is also therapy. This is where you vent out your frustrations, your fucking anger, all of it. All of it. You do. And this process. I feel you, bro, because I'm in agreement. We had no stability, bro. We still technically don't, right? You're partly right, but this is year one of Pete's regime, right? We got to give it a little bit of time. He's only here for 3 years, maybe 4. We'll see, right? But you can tell with Pete, the sincerity is there, bro. There's some shit you can't hide. We saw with McDonough was always something off. Like, I don't know. And in retrospect, I think, yeah, it's easy for me to say, but honestly, it felt like it was just something off with him, and it just reaffirmed at least my concerns, my feelings when I found out the whole toxicity of how the way he was running shit, right? But I think with what we did with AP, and then I think AP put it in a good place. You gotta give him his flowers, bro. We didn't win, but he started turning the culture around. We wanted to bring that old school mentality back into the Rays, and he partly did, bro. He did, right? And then now Pete's here, and he's taking that and running with it and growing with it, right? It's just making sure we have the right people here also. And there's people that obviously we talked about the business decisions, questionable, right? Um, they're not here anymore, and that's cool. And it's for the better. And so we need to have the right people in place, and this is how you put a winning team together, a championship team together. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, bro. I know already. I know. It's all good, bro. This is where you vent. This is the way, but this is a great thing. You have guys like Bueno, you guys have guys like Rose Town, my guy Alec, Rorschach, so Cal Sal. I could go on, man. These guys will have your back, bro. This is a family, bro. This is a family. This is the best family you can have, bro. Aside from your very own family, is the Raider. When it comes to the Raiders, this is probably the best family you can have, bro, for sure, 100%. Let's see here. Trying to go through the comments, guys. Let's see. Crosby has that bird eye view of the condor. He sees things before it happens. Yep. There you go. All right. Yeah, but yeah, guys. So again, wanted to talk to you guys about that. So I'll be out in Phoenix in August for that preseason game. It's the last preseason game. Raiders versus Cardinals out in Phoenix. If you guys are going, let me know. Tickets are relatively cheap. If you guys are going to make the trip, oh yeah, let me know. Definitely link up. I'll be out there for that one. I'm going to go ahead and try to make week 2 as well, the home opener. I'm working out the logistics, but I should know hopefully soon, because I'm trying to make that happen as quickly as I can. And then probably Jacksonville will be another game that I go out to Vegas on. I probably won't go out to Denver because the turnaround's quick. And full-time daddy, money is not readily available. So I gotta be strategic with the games that I attend to. So but yeah, those are, at least I'll be in Phoenix in August in a few months. That'll be a cool game to go to for sure. Let's see here. What else? Again, Good Morning Raiders, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific. Make sure you guys tap into that. This week's guest will be none other than my guy, Dub Raider. Salute to him. Shout out to my guy. If you're watching, it's going to be a great show. He's very excited to go ahead and join us on Saturday. We're going to definitely talk about the OTAs, his presser, Christian Wilkins, and then as we inch closer towards June 1st, we'll definitely talk about that as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in again. Good Morning Raiders this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific. Our guest will be Dub Raider. We'll be in the building, chopping it up with Ren and I. It'll be a good one. Obviously, make sure also you guys tap in to the Raider Connection going down every damn Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific, except for this damn Wednesday. Didn't happen. But usually, and this is the first, I think this is the only show that we missed since we started that show. That's the only show we missed. And I don't know what, 8 months, 7 months. I don't know how long it's been. Probably like 8 months, close to that. So pretty good track record. But we'll be on for sure next Wednesday. So make sure you guys tap into that. That's gonna be with the bleeder, Leo, aka Cheeto Linus, Raider Jeff, my guy LV Rated 10, who I just had on Good Morning Raiders the other day. It's a fire show, panel show. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap into that. And again, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button on this podcast at Just Raiders Baby. Just go ahead and help to support the show. It doesn't cost you anything. It's totally free. Totally free. I don't charge for that. So go ahead and hit that sub button. If you really want to support, go ahead and click the link up top. Get off the bench, get in the game, become a member today. We're going to be doing a raffle on the shirts, on the show shirt, the Raider Nation shirt. Again, let me go ahead and pull that up really quick. The Raider Nation shirt, the one I got on. You guys can see it. There you go. And I got the logo in the back. And then the show shirt, Just Raiders Baby. The same thing with the podcast logo in the back. So if you guys want to go ahead and order a shirt, make sure you guys hit me up on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, X, JRaider_505. That's JRaider_505. Free shipping. So you guys know. Okay. I don't charge to ship unless you got like in buttfuck, I don't know where, outside the continental US, then I might have to charge you for shipping. But if you're in the 48, you're good. Maybe in Hawaii. I'll probably throw in Hawaii. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's not too crazy. But and Alaska. If Puerto Rico, we'll see what's up. But yeah, hit me up on there, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and order your shirts for sure. I got basically most of the big sizes except small. I did not make small. But if you need a small, let me know. I'll have to order you guys one for sure. All right. Let's see here. All right. Other than that, guys, again, appreciate you guys pulling up. Thanks for joining me today and chopping it up. Great show. Appreciate all the supers. Shout out to my guy, to the newest members. Grateful Chris, my guy, God Family Raiders. Shout out to my guy, Space Beast, if he's still here. My guy, Rorschach, with the super chats. Everybody who participated in the chats, and everybody who just spectated, all good. We love y'all. I love y'all just for tapping in and chopping it up with me, or just watching. It's all good. I always, support, whatever support you guys give, it always goes a long way, no matter what. So appreciate you guys. Let's see here. Anything before I get out of here? Let's see. Okay. Oh, that's it. All right. Salute. Y'all. Y'all handle piano or Elton John. Y'all know what to do. I ain't even in it. I ain't even in it. I ain't even in it. But man. Thank you guys. Great show. Until next time, nation. Always remember just Raiders, baby. Peace, love, one.